up in Harlem. Good morning, Jackie Reed.
Good morning, Tom Joyner. Good morning, birthday girl Sybil Wilkes. Good
Kim.
morning, Kim. Good morning, Sherry. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Have y'all heard of the Fenty Effect? Well, Fenty Beauty is the line of makeup products launched by singer, actress, and business mogul Rihanna. Her makeup line made headlines because it was the first beauty company offering 40 shades of foundation, a game changer for women of color. Well, the Fenty Effect is what happened after. Beauty companies that had for years only offered very limited options of foundation shades moved quickly to be more diverse. This is an important time for Black women and beauty. Not only are we being respected as consumers, we're also stepping up in major ways as entrepreneurs. I'm going inside her story with Ella Gorgla, the co-founder of 25 Black Women in Beauty. Now, 25 BWB is a professional organization of Black women from every aspect of the beauty industry, and their goal is to further amplify and solidify Black women as game changers and decision makers in the beauty industry. Good morning, Ella.
Good morning, Jackie. It's such an honor to be on the show. Good morning, Tom, Sybil, Sherry. Thank you so much for having me.
And Kim.
And please mention Kim.
Please don't forget Miss the Queen.
I was in my feelings. I was in my feelings for a second.
I'm not done yet. And Kim, I could. Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Charged to her head, not her heart.
I'm gonna need some samples. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Done. Done and done. She has good samples, Kim. Yes. All right, so let's talk about this Fenty Effect, Ella. Give us some specifics on how other companies jumped into action.
Well, the Fenty Effect, and what's exciting about what Fenty has done is that it made the industry far more inclusive. And even for brands that already had 50 plus shades, if the brands weren't talking about it, they started to talk about it. And Fenty is less than 2 years old, and it has completely shifted how we talk about beauty.
And what's happening at places like MAC and Sephora? How are they responding to it?
Yeah, so the Fenty Effect first focus on shade. So, certainly brands are expanding their shade offering for all hues. You have brands like MAC that has 60 plus shades, the Lauder brand that has 50 plus shades. But what we're seeing now within beauty is that skincare. We also want to consider Black women and their skincare and creating products that really speak to our specific concerns and our specific benefits. So that effect is touching all segments of the beauty industry, which is generally a positive thing, and is creating opportunities for young Black female and male entrepreneurs as well.
That's a good thing. There's this recent report that came out that like about 25% of medical students thought that Black people actually had thicker skin than had thicker skin than everybody else, which is interesting for medical students to believe that. So the beauty business is booming. Is hair also a part of that, and how much of that credit goes to Black women?
Oh gosh, yes. Hair is a significant part of the beauty industry. There's two main segments that are experiencing growth: skincare and hair care. And when you think about hair care and Black women, it's about textured hair and creating lines with natural ingredients that really speak to our specific needs. So you're seeing entrepreneurs who are entering this space who are focusing specifically on Black women and their hair care needs.
Is it a good time for Black women to start their own businesses? I know a lot of women listening to this morning are either trying to do it or they want to, but they think it's going to be too hard.
Yes, and that's what we're finding with 25 Black Women in Beauty, that a large percentage of our members are entrepreneurs who are coming from all segments of the industry, whether they're makeup artists or starting their own makeup line. Black women have always been ahead of the game in terms of starting their own business. We do it at 1.5 times the national average. The challenge is access to capital. And that is shifting, but access to capital creates that sustainability that we haven't always seen. But yes, it's an exciting time to be in beauty.
So let's talk about 25 BWB. Now, the goal is to get more Black women to executive levels. Well, that's one of the goals at beauty companies.
Yes.
But you also want to support women who are already there. What are the challenges that these women face? Women in the C-suite.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. And so Catalyst organization talked about the emotional tax being a Black woman in the marketplace. I mean, in the workplace rather. And it's a real experience being the only or the other, and sort of the weight of that burden. And I think that's the value of groups like ours, of 25 Black Women in Beauty, is that we create a safe space for mentorship, for guidance, and simply being surrounded by people with common experiences. And what's really interesting is that when you go onto our website, you see folks behind the scenes who are really helping to shift the conversation. And I think that representation alone creates real inspiration for people who want to get into this space.
And I know you all are brand new. I was at your launch dinner, and it was amazing.
Yes.
But
yes.
what are the goals? Like, what are some of the things that you all are doing? Because it was a very impressive group of women in the room. I know you're going to do, that was in New York, you're going to do some things out in LA, but can you tell us about some of the things that you're planning that women that are listening can participate in and benefit from?
Absolutely. So, yes, the dinner in New York was pure magic. You were there. We were so excited just to be surrounded by each other. We're kicking off Emmys weekend with a similar dinner, and the list is absolutely amazing. I think our next thing is a conference here, a summit rather, in New York for approximately 150 to 200 Black women in beauty, and we're very unapologetic about focusing specifically on Black women. Bringing us together, entrepreneurs, influencers, et cetera, so that we are intentional about our networking, that we're really making, deliberate moves behind the scenes and advancing each other individually, but also as a collective.
And so go ahead.
Rihanna's brand is very popular for women of color. What happened to Fashion Fair? Why didn't it make it?
Well, I wouldn't say. I mean, Fashion Fair had a very, very long run. I am not a very long run, and Fashion Fair set the tone for the industry. I think that, so I think they did extremely well. I think it's just like the evolving nature of the industry itself. But high kudos to what Fashion Fair did for Black women in beauty.
And maybe you're thinking in terms of time, like Estee Lauder has lasted for generations, and Fashion Fair, could it have lasted with continuing into another generation or two?
Yeah, that's interesting, given all the issues that the parent company had.
Right, exactly.
Which probably was a big factor. In that, those Fashion Fair fashion shows. So 25 BWB, how can women get involved, particularly with the conference? Because I know, I guess I want to find out who is this conference for?
Yeah, so it is invitation only curated conference. Go to 25bwb.org. Join us. We'll read every single story. We want to make sure that folks are able to connect with each other. And we're aiming to have the conference in New York in November. So that's the first step. And of course, follow us on Instagram at 25_BWB.
Okay. So there's a website, there's social media, and a lot of great things. Ella, thank you so much. Great information about the Fenty Effect and all that's going on in beauty.
And thank you so much, Jackie and team, for having me.
All right.
And keep up the great work.
Thank you, Tom.
Ella.
Samples.
Ella.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
She said samples.